Amber and I'm an illustrator and other things, and today I have a video for you of me doing a painting for Mae Morris's 161st birthday. So if you don't know, Mae Morris was the daughter of William and Jane Morris. She was also a embroiderer, a socialist, I think it says on her Wikipedia, artisan, poet? I want to get it right. She was a plethora of incredible things, and I think it's really important that we remember her and recognise the contributions she made to the art world, specifically as a woman. So yes, that's what I did, and that's why I did this painting. So yeah, I just wanted to make a quick little intro to say thanks for watching, and please subscribe and check out my shop. I will leave all that information in the description, and let's get into the video.
So I would read a little bit from the book How We Might Live by Suzanne as a way to remember Mae's life and talk a little bit about what made her such an interesting character and person. So this is page 165 of the book I just mentioned. In the spring of 1864, it seemed possible that Red House might really be the hub of a permanent artist settlement. William and Jane had hopeful discussion with Ned and Georgie Burne-Jones. The L-shaped house could be extended to make a quadrangle with the well at its heart. As the apple trees came into blossom and the little herbers filled with flowers, Jane could look forward to her own children growing up alongside Georgie's family. The house seemed overlarge during the week when William was away and she was left with the two little girls. Their younger daughter was born barely a year after Jenny on the 25th of March 1862. This was Lady Day, the feast of the Annunciation, so she was christened Mary, but always known as May. Jane's sister Bessie and the young nurse Elizabeth Reynolds worked alongside her to keep the house in order and help with the toddlers. The prospect of the Burne-Jones family being close at hand was something to wish for. They would enrich the possibilities of joint work. It was the shared creativity as well as, quote, certain dream pictures too intimate and tender for description, strangely intense, unquote, that Mae remembered from her infancy at Red House. She wrote later of, quote, work and play so interchangeable, so thoroughly enjoyed, unquote. Mae believed that these days with his friends shaped her father's later vision for life and work. He longed to rediscover this joy and activity, and the laughter sounding through the, quote, half-furnished rooms and the fragrant little garden. There is a delightful caricature made by Ned at this time, showing William with his girls. He has an arm around each of his tiny daughters as he tries to cut up their dinner. These were the scenes that Mae, quote, carried through the child life, unquote, to her later days when the, quote, beauty at last pierces the heart and they become a reality, a dream and memory, today and yesterday all strangely intermingled, unquote. For Jane and Georgie too, there was shared pleasure in work and play. No, I'll cut that bit. Another anecdote that perfectly encaptures the way Jenny and Mae were raised and who they were as individuals is this story from page 215. They were both active girls, especially Mae, who could be boisterous. There are photographs of Jenny and Mae with the Burne-Jones children in the garden. They had all scrambled halfway up a tree. In one letter, William described the girls causing, quote, such a rumpus this morning, Mae enjoying a good tease and Jenny expressing herself in a boo-hoo, and like their parents they were idiosyncratic in their dress and manner. One of their cousins laughed at them for their unladylike clothes. Their everyday dresses were stitched with indigo serge, a fabric like denim, made for running around and getting grubby. Their boots were sturdy and looked as if they were made from medieval brutes. They wore chunky amber. That's my name. That's not in the book. They wore chunky amber or glass beads. This is how they appeared when they arrived at Naworth railway station in Cumberland in June 1870. They had been sent north for a summer break, staying with some new friends of their parents, George and Rosalind Howard. Mae was so excited by the journey that she wrote, "We were ready to jump out of our shoes." We can read Mae's thoughts as she explored the Howard's home at Naworth Castle because she wrote a journey detailing her summer holiday. Mae described herself as, quote, very untidy and always very dirty, and sometimes I am ashamed to say very naughty. She went on, I will have my readers judge whether I am pretty or ugly. This is a remarkable self-portrait by a young girl who, quote, shall be 9 next 25th of March. It is written with gusto, no real sense of self-reproach. Mae enjoyed being a little wild. quote, "The glen is most beautiful and the air smells sweet." Jane was grateful for the chance for her girls to enjoy the open spaces of Cumberland for a while after being constrained for many months in Queen Square. She feared that they would be a handful and wrote to Rosalind Howard, worrying that they were, quote, "sometimes unruly and will not do as they are bid." May and Jenny had an ease and carelessness which meant they, quote, "make themselves at home everywhere and seem to take possession of a place as if they have lived there all their lives." Were the girls truly very naughty, as May suggested, or was Jane overly anxious? It seems that they were more confident and self-reliant than many other middle-class girls. They had an unusual access to the imaginative freedoms of artist studios and the firm's workshop. Their aunts and cousins had labelled them as odd. That did not necessarily make them unruly, to use Jane's word. It seems that Jane was anxious about how her girls might appear to the Howards. She did not know Rosalind well, although they later became great friends. Jane was undoubtedly aware of their difference in caste and upbringing. Further along in the story of Jane, William, May and Jenny Morris's life, we see William becoming friends with Eleanor Marks, Karl Marx's daughter, and the effect that this had on May. This is on page 365. Eleanor's style and strength appealed to May Morris. She revered Eleanor as a heroine of the new age, a woman who was unafraid of speaking her mind and living out her hopes. Marks was a little older and far more worldly wise than May, but they became friends. May loved this, quote, "gifted and brilliant woman who worked long and valiantly for socialism." They organised a Christmas tree fund and a children's summer party, and they acted together in one of the first English performances of Ibsen's A Doll's House for Eleanor's birthday at Christmas 1886. The stage reading was held in Eleanor's living room in her flat near the British Museum. The dark interiors were enriched with Morris embroideries and printed textiles, all eager presents from May. Brackets, it seems that William also helped Eleanor out with gifts of money when she was in difficulty. For both women, Ibsen's interrogation of claustrophobic domesticity seemed to speak directly to their own lives. They wanted to find an alternative to the, quote, "bourgeois property marriage" that failed so many families. We do not know how much May knew at this stage about her own parents' relationship and the difficulties faced by others in their circle, but from a distance it is clear that many conventional marriages were a mirage. We can see Jane's infidelity and William's emotional reserve, Ned Burne-Jones's affair with Maria Zambeco, and his ongoing intimacies with young women. Ugh. I think it's important to mention at this time that May is identified as a queer woman, and I'm hesitant in saying that, one, because I don't want perhaps older people who may be defensive of this to be homophobic to me, and secondly because I don't want to erase the relationships she had with men. There's always a kind of fine line or a risk when it comes to historical people's queerness of identifying them incorrectly and subsequently erasing a certain group of people. So May did marry a man, and for a few years I think she was married to him, and they later got divorced. And really, it's not for me to say whether or not she was physically or romantically attracted to him. So I think the fairest descriptor of her as queer, as someone who later lived with a female companion, I think it was around 10 years. I don't want to erase that part of her life, and I also don't want to erase the time or the feelings she might have had towards her husband. So yeah, that's why I'm describing her as queer, and that's why I haven't necessarily mentioned it up until now, because there's so much nuance to it that I don't want to just be like, May Morris, queer artist. Like, I feel that if I brought it up, which I intended to do anyway, I wanted to say, you know, brackets this and brackets that, because, you know, descriptions of sexuality are so new in like English language, or the way they're used is new. Like, it wouldn't necessarily have been described the same way back then. So May might not have even had the words to describe how she felt. So I'm always a bit hesitant on like putting those words on historical people, but also not erasing the very real relationship she had with women, or a woman. So yeah, that's my little caveat about that. I would go further into details about May and Mary Lobb, that's her companion's life. But unfortunately I've not read up to that bit in the book, if it is mentioned in this book. So for now I'm just quoting some things from her earlier life and filling in some little bits with my own personal knowledge. So I'm going to read one more section from the book and then leave you to pass me to talk about the painting. So in 1888, a socialist friend of William Morris's family, Walter Crane, was arranging the first arts and crafts exhibition display. William had been caught up in political wranglings when the idea of the exhibition was suggested, so he considered it a distraction and was uncharacteristically harsh in his early comments about the exhibition. May, however, contributed to the exhibition, and it ended up being quite a big deal and a big showcase for women in craft. So here, I will read this section now from page 408. There were hugely ambitious projects, like the lavishly decorated grand piano ornamented by Ned and Kate Faulkner. This was made for the drawing room of Alexander Ionides. Kate spent many hours researching gesso decorations on historical instruments in the South Kensington Museum. But there were also personal handheld beauties, like May's embroidered book cover for her father's copy of Love Is Enough. Her design of a pomegranate tree and an open rose surrounded by trailing leaves was worked in silks and couched gold thread.
Hello, today is Wednesday. Oh my god, there's a guy coming up to my door. And I thought I would film a bit of talking, so this can be more like, I don't know, a vloggy kind of video or a paint with me kind of video. My voice is really quiet. I'm quite burnt out feeling today. But yeah, hopefully doing some painting will... Never mind, my battery didn't charge. Fuck my life. Oh, I wanted to do painting. This is one of those things where being autistic is really fucking hard, because I've planned to do some painting and now I can't do some painting. And I did the right thing, I plugged the thing in last night and it didn't work. Oh shit. Fuck. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I've got this thing later. It's like William Morris thing, which it's like I'm looking forward to it, but the build up of like waiting and preparing for something, especially like in the evening where like I have all day to just like wait for it, it just makes my life feel a bit different to how it normally feels, and I don't feel like as relaxed, which I don't ever really feel that relaxed, but like I feel less relaxed, and I don't know, I just feel like restless. So I thought I could just like bash out an hour or two of this painting, because it's due to be finished on Saturday. Oh, I don't have the right hairband I thought I had. But my period is starting today, or should be, and so I feel like today is just going to be one of those days where everything's a little bit annoying and I can never really find the right thing to do, or just I feel like nothing feels quite right. And I don't know, I haven't really seen neurotypical people talk about that feeling. I don't really know if I don't know, it just feels like an autistic feeling to just feel like a little bit off. I don't know, but I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I have some line art to finish, I guess. I really need this to be done. Shit. Oh, I was gonna see if I could use my mum's camera battery, but she has a different kind of camera, so it won't work. Well, that's that then. I'll either see you at another time or it will cut and I would have found a way to film it next time. when everyone's home still, and so I can't talk as much. I don't know, my hair's falling out. Anyway, that's all then. Bye bye. I've plugged my camera battery in now, but I think I'm just gonna film it on my phone and just do some of the flowers because I need a reference for her face. So if you don't mind, the video is going to look a little different for this section, but I think that's the best solution. I'm going to sneeze. Oh, sorry. I don't know, I just want to do some painting, I think. I don't know, I really struggle. Oh, Benny. I really struggle to know what is like the right thing to do for me, and like if something's restful or not, or am I going to be more tired, blah blah blah. But right now I think it would be nice to do some painting, so I'll do that for a bit and see how it feels. But yes, that's all. Well, this is the... oh, that's the wrong way.
Woman after woman, they sent in their contributions. Dozens of textiles stitched by hopeful needlewomen who finally felt their skills were being recognised beyond the home. The commercial arm of the Morrison Company was well represented as well, by block-printed velvets, silk damasks, carpets and tapestries. Maize tulip and pomegranate screen worked in floss silk represented the sort of product on sale in the Oxford Street store. But then there were more private objects made by other members of the family. Jane and Jenny had stitched an impressive portiere together, decorated with honeysuckles and fritillaries. Quote, one of the finest of all Morris embroideries, according to May. 2 years later, when news from nowhere was being serialised, May Morris and her team of needlewomen demonstrated their growing strength, showing 14 examples of embroidery at the exhibition. Book covers, curtains, work bags and tea cloths. There was also the quilt for a cot decorated with animals, designed by May and stitched by Jane. It was surely meant for the grandchildren who never arrived. Her role as mother, Jane's as a grandmother, eluded them. They had to find other ways to construct their lives, to use their skills, to present themselves beyond the conventional narratives. And I think that really encapsulates May as a person, her attention to detail, her appreciation of nature, her symbolic role as a woman in the arts and crafts world, and a woman who fitted into society in her own way. With the financial background that she had, she was enabled to perhaps challenge some of the social conventions that would have earlier prohibited or still prohibit working class women's lives. What I mean by that is she had the financial freedom to break some social rules that other women are not always allowed. I hope that those sections of the book have kind of reflected some of the things that I think are so impressive and interesting about her, and I will leave the book linked below, and I couldn't recommend it enough if you are interested in this subject. So yes, back to the painting.
My phone now has too low storage to record the time lapse, but I'm just gonna keep painting because I need to get the painting done more than I need to get the video done. I don't really need to do the video. It's hard because I usually lean really close to my paintings and I feel like I'm painting really rough and like messy, and then I feel embarrassed because I know people are potentially gonna be watching it. It's like a whole thing. Like, it's kind of underrated, I think, making content out of your art, because I think people just think, well, like, you're gonna be doing it anyway, so why not film it? And that's kind of how I feel, but it does take away from the enjoyment of it and the process of it, and I think I'd just like some time to do it without feeling perceived. I was thinking of something and I can't remember what. I don't know. I have used gouache, pardon me, but not like as much as other things I've used, so I don't feel like insanely confident with it, and that's adding to the stress of it, and I'd quite like to just bash it out. But yeah, you know, I'll be back to film some more in a bit. Honestly, the irony, the thing I find most frustrating is I'll end up like sacrificing some of my enjoyment of doing art to make content for it so that I can make money off of it, hopefully in the future. Then the stuff I've made without enjoying it as much ends up like flopping, and so then I get really annoyed because I'm like, well, I could have just enjoyed it more. Anyway, I'm just going to enjoy it more now. There was something else I wanted to talk about. I can't remember what. This is the first time I'm ever painting where it's been like stretched. Honestly, what puts me off painting a lot of the time is it bubbling. I find it really frustrating. And my mum all these years has been like, just stretch it, and I just didn't know how, and I didn't have the stuff to do it and the brain capacity to sort out. But my mum, luckily, she did it for me yesterday, and it's great, very helpful, would recommend. So yeah, that's why the paper is staying flat. I didn't realise how much the coloured pencil lines would still be visible, so I'm hoping if I just like, because I've done like the first wash, I'm gonna like keep building up layers and textures and stuff. Hopefully that will hide some of the lines, because I didn't really intend to have like a purple element. I guess I should have thought of that. Usually I do think of that and then I end up covering the lines, so anyway, that's all. I feel a little bit better now. I've eaten some more food and I have a drink. Goodbye. Here is a little update because I want to remember how I did this. I've been painting the background, watching Wacko American Apocalypse, and it made me cry. I don't know, my hyper empathy is just like, it's intense and it's quite painful sometimes, a lot of the times. Anyway, I've been painting this background dark green. Oh my god, clouds. Okay, I'll show you the background now. This is the background I've been painting so far. So I've been using like different opacities basically of the green to create these like layers. You can see it really well on this side and it's got a nice texture. And then on the other side it didn't go as well. I was doing it like one, you know, like at the same time. But I don't know, painting is hard. But yeah, I really like how this side came out. I don't know what I can do really to make that kind of softer or blend in more. I don't know, I like texture. Painting is also hard. I didn't really have many like practical tutorials at university. Like most of the media-based, skill-based education I got was at school, which was like minimal, because the government don't care about art in school. But I kind of expected when I went to art uni I would get more, you know, like here's a workshop in painting, or here's a workshop in this, that, the other, but we didn't really have that at all. Most of our workshops were about like different types of illustration, which I think was good and beneficial, but I would have also liked to, I don't know, we didn't really like have any paint there, or, you know, it was kind of like the supply limits were similar to the supply limits of a, you know, standard school. It's like we didn't really have much stuff there apart from like charcoal, which is just like a box of burnt wood or whatever charcoal is. So that's kind of disappointing because, I don't know, not everyone grew up like I did, having access to paint, or, you know, people in their family who knew how to use that paint, or, you know, whatever like that. And I just feel like if you're paying £27,000 plus interest or whatever the fuck for an education, you should perhaps be taught how to use certain things that you wouldn't have been able to use before. And I don't know, I was just reading some stuff about like students and university during COVID, and it's just made me really sad because I started uni in 2019, so most of my education was done through the pandemic, and yeah, I'm sad about it. I don't know, it wasn't really how I expected it to be. It didn't really go how I expected it to, and it's kind of sad to wonder what it would have been like had it not been that situation, you know. And uni was something I've always kind of wanted to do, and so to think that it didn't really go to how I wanted it to makes me sad about things. But none of that is to say I didn't enjoy university, because what I did get to experience I'm really grateful for, and I couldn't have not had those experiences, but not every single experience. But I don't know, I'm just thinking now, especially when I'm like doing stuff like this, like trying out new things, what could it have been like? And yeah, I just wonder how much teaching time I got compared to other students. And I don't know, I feel like the biggest thing about art uni specifically is that you get access to equipment and tools that you wouldn't be able to have at home, and there was a time limit on how often we could access those things. So yeah, I don't know, I really wish there was a thing of like us getting money knocked off of it, because I'm super stressed about how much money it's gonna be to pay back, and will I ever earn enough to even like start paying it back? Like, I don't even know. But yeah, university, I don't know, it's just all a bit fucked really. I don't really think you should have to pay for something that we're supposed to need so badly. Like, you know, if they're gonna spend all our lives telling us how much you need uni and you need a degree, then to section it off for a certain section of society, and then also make university structured in a way that isn't accessible, and then I don't know, it's just, there's a lot to it. And my brain is one of those kind of brains where if I pick, like, you know, pull a thread, it just like the whole thing unravels. So it's quite hard for me to think about like uni without thinking about uni, you know. So yeah, I need the toilet. Bye. Hello. It's going well, considering I have no formal painting training. I feel like it's going well. Oh my god. The skin, what the fuck? The skin looks nice. It's textured, which I like. I find the blending of like from here to here really hard, like, and I always have, like, I never really know what colour to make that bit, but I feel like it looks really nice. And I really like the like highlights of green because I think that ties in with the background, and like I've done that myself, like that wasn't just from the photo, so I feel clever. But yeah, I feel like the hair's gonna like really bring it together. I'm not sure what colour her hair was when she got older, so I'm just gonna do it like a dark Albany-ish brown. Oh my god, it's kind of hard because, like I said yesterday, I can't really get that close to the painting because of the tripod, so I might have to do a few things like off camera, like details. But other than that, I'm pleased with the colours. I just think it will need some more like blending. I don't know, I think it looks good, so hooray. Yay! Now I need to eat lunch. That's all, I think. Yeah, and then I'm just gonna do the hair and like work into the border again and like do the cleaning up of the background, and then her top and maybe her necklace, and then the letters. Hopefully in 2 days it'll be done, but I know what I'm like. I'm gonna try and do it all today, but I need a break, so that's what I'm going to do. But oh my god, my skin looks so glowy, which is cool. Yes, farewell, thank you for watching again, goodbye. I have eaten, and now I'm going to paint her hair. Hooray! Hello. It is Thursday evening and I'm feeling a little bit flat, so I thought I'd just, I don't know, use that time to work on some of the details of this. I don't really know if I feel like doing it, or I just don't really know what else to do. Let me turn the light. Anyway, this whole thing has been going on with our TV, where like we got a new TV and then it's messed up our old TV and all this stuff, and I don't know, it sounds like such a stupid problem because it's like, we got a new TV, and but it's not like that. It's just the like change of it is hard, and I don't know. Usually in the evening, like Married at First Sight Australia, it's like my favourite TV show, and I was gonna watch it, and I couldn't watch it because the TV was like messed up and upset me, and no one's really around. It's kind of, I don't know, I'm bored, I'm lonely, I don't know. Oh, I don't know, I don't really have any people to hang out with, and I have like messages waiting to be answered. I don't really feel like I have the social energy to like respond to messages, but like I also would like people to hang out with, but I don't really know anyone, blah blah blah. My period is just like pissing me off. Not really annoying me, just it's just making me feel like, I don't know, and I want chocolate, but I don't really live near any corner shops, and I don't know when anyone will be home, or it won't be soon. I feel bad asking for things all the time, but I would love some chocolate, please. So I don't know. Also, this morning I woke up with this massive fucking blister on my elbow. Like no reason at all. And it really hurts because I like pursed it. It hurts. Anyways, that's life. I'm gonna do these details. I don't know really what I'm doing. I just thought I could just do some of it because I don't really know what else to do. I sent some messages today, some like emails about like if people would want to work with me. So that feels good and productive. I've never really had a problem with reaching out with people. I've had a problem with them responding. So as far as like that element of being an illustrator, I don't really mind doing it. It's more like I haven't really had the social energy to do that, and you know, I don't have my autism diagnosis, benefit system is shit, I don't earn any money, blah blah blah. It's just a whole thing. So, you know, I'm hoping that me having this like newfound ability to create more content that's like consistent and better quality will lead more to financial stability, but I don't know whether that will happen or not. Anyways, I started colouring. This comic, and I don't know, I was just a bit frustrated because it didn't really look like as good as I was excited for it to look, because I literally just started it, so why would it look amazing? But you know, there's some like element of magic that comes with digital painting that I'm like, it feels like it just like comes to life, and I didn't quite like hit that, and you know, my wrist was hurting and all that not fun stuff. So anyway, I've just realised I can watch Married at First Sight on demand, so hooray. I'm gonna text my mom to ask her to maybe get me some chocolate. That's all. Yes, let's add some details to the flowers. Hello, folks. No. Hello. Today is Friday, and that's all. It's Friday, but I don't know. I'm enjoying talking to my camera, which is such a new, and you know, I must have invented that feeling. Oh my god, that was unnecessary to say. I'm sorry. I feel lucky because I am finding it a lot easier to just film on my phone than, you know, to like set up a camera or whatever like I used to when I did a few YouTube videos. And thanks technology, because I feel like the camera on my phone is better than just like a normal camera, and I feel lucky that I have a phone with a good camera. Anyway, I'm just uploading some of the videos to my computer to edit some of the video together. I wasn't really planning on putting the video out at the same time that I post the main Morris thing, but I think I could do that, and I want to see the videos all together, so we'll see if that happens. Anyways, I need to do breakfast. and other things, and maybe finish the painting. I don't know. Yes, but that's the update today. Hope you're well and looking after yourself. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like this has been a reflective video on like who I am actually as a person, because there's often, I feel, a pressure or like just like a natural instinct, not natural, like a learned instinct to like turn it on when the camera is on, to be like, hi, but like that's not what real life is, and I don't always feel like doing that. So this video has shown a wide range of my emotions, and I feel like that's better. I'd rather do a YouTube video that was like more genuine than do like a 15-second TikTok type video where I'm having to mask more. And I still feel like I'm masking now because I don't really feel like talking that much, but I thought I did, so I started. But yeah, it's also helping me process things by saying it out loud. So yes, food, possibly yoga, breakfast, food, syncing my SD card. That's on the list. I do actually have a list of what I'm doing today because, I don't know, I found that helpful. Okie dokie. Bye bye. Hi, quick update. I ate and I got changed. Hooray. I just wanted to show my hair. I feel not as much myself having my hair different how I usually have it, but I like it anyways, so what difference does it make? Anyways, ow, my elbow still hurts. Anyways, I've added the videos to iMovie. I did actually get this computer because I wanted to do more video editing and it was really hard to do on a laptop. Then it turned out I didn't have the proper like graphics card, which is one of the reasons why it runs super slowly when I try and do like Photoshop-y things. And so I just don't even dare open Premiere Pro at the minute. So yeah, I'm just using iMovie, which is fine, it does the job, and obviously I'm lucky to have access to that anyway. Yeah, I've sorted out my William Morris post. It's just nice to have a document of like, this is what I'm doing, and if I've got no one to talk to, then I can just talk to my phone, such as the modern life. Anyways, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how the video looks, and I'm gonna airdrop some of the videos from my phone to the computer, and then, I don't know, I might do a painting, but I don't really have that much time. We'll see. this is how the painting is looking right now. I worked into the background and painted the inside background again, and then I did the initials and some other things which you all have just seen. Now I really need to go and get changed because I'm super uncomfy. I want to wear my fluffy top so bad. The last thing to do is I want to do a light, sorry my eyes itchy, do a light brown wash over her hair to darken it. And then basically I have the highlights. I put the highlights in first. So I did these cool sections, scribbly drawn sections. I did those first and I did them quite dark because I wanted it to look like it had low highlights, like if you were editing the picture. However, I haven't really darkened the rest of her hair enough that they look like highlights now. So that's what I need to do. I also need to do the flyaway bits of hair. There's some, oh, the peach as well, but I need to use a reference for that, so I'll probably not film it. Maybe I'm gonna use a pen to do some tiny details because there's some parts that aren't standing out as much, and I'd have to remix some green in the background to make it stand out, and I don't really want to do that, so I will probably use a pen or a pencil or something to add some dimension to it so it takes the flowers away from the background. And then I'm done, which is crazy to me because I thought I'd be working all day tomorrow, but I'm probably not gonna have to. Yay! My arm's still hurting. My elbow, I mean. But apart from that, I'm all good. And now I need the toilet, and now I'm gonna go. Bye! The contrast between the flowers around the border and the backgrounds wasn't really strong enough, so I've been going over it with this colour pencil, and I feel like next time I'm going to plan out the colours on Photoshop before so that I avoid this problem, but for now I like it. So yes, that's the update. so that's it. That's the end of the video, and that's the finished painting. I have it with me here too. Yeah, I think it came out really well, and it was a really good opportunity to learn some new skills and new techniques and push my practice. I think often with the hierarchy around education, like the idea of the hierarchy around education being like this penultimate state, it can often put us off from learning things outside of a school environment, but this painting is proof that that is not true. You can continue to learn outside of school, you can continue to learn after university is finished. And yes, so that's what I did. I took the skills I already had and developed them. I'm really proud of it, and I'm excited to do more things like this. I can't really believe I did it because it kind of came out exactly how I wanted it, but in a way that was like unexpected in certain ways. The colours I think look so good, and it's just like all my favourite colours in one picture, and all the like texture, and yeah, it couldn't have come out better. I was gonna say if I'd done it myself, but I did do it myself. Hooray! Anyway, you can see the final post on my Instagram. Give it a like because Instagram does not like me over there. The algorithm is not my friend. You can also follow my Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube, do all that fun stuff. Any way you can support me would be really appreciated, because I unfortunately was not born as the daughter of William Morris, and I'm not rich, so your support would be helpful. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Have a nice day, take care of yourself, listen to what your body needs if you can. Have a good day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Thank you for watching. My eyes hurt from the sun. And if you want to see more special interest type videos or type art, please let me know, because I have so many special interests, and now I'm gonna go and deep dive into the Hunger Games and make some art about that, and I perhaps might film some of that. I don't know. I want to find the best way to put my love and passion for things into a format like a video or art, but video hasn't always worked for me because of burnout. However, I feel like it's getting easier, so video is becoming possible, and I am coming to you in MP4 format. Anyways, yeah, that's all. Bye.